Hello everyone, my name is Rainer and welcome back to another episode of Luxury Utopia in Oxygen Not Included. In the last episode we went to Toxazon again and we finalized this last volcano, but most of all we made this shipping system where we cool down the materials that we want to ship back to our main planetoid in this block here. We generate rad bolts, and with this rad bolts we can use the interplanetary launcher, and from there we shoot materials back to our main planetoid. On the main planetoid we made this receiving station, I want to call it. We make sure that everything drops in this area with this targeting beacon, and then the auto sweeper puts the stuff in this payload opener, and then the stuff is automatically shipped to here. The solids are shipped to here. The gases and liquids have a pipe, but I'm not shipping those over just yet. But you can also do that. So that is what we did last time, most of all, apart from some minor stuff. So in this episode, the main topic is going to be to make a new rocket program. Right now we have these rockets here. When they take off or land, the heat is expelled in a 3x9 tiles below it. So we're basically heating up this ice biome, which is wasteful. The coolness we can use, but also the heat we can use from these rockets. So I want to make use of this heat that is produced, basically. And I don't want to make a little bit more room for more solar panels, because we are still quite limited on power. We use more than we produce, and these hydrogen generators are keeping up a bit. Before we start with the rocket program, there's a couple things I want to fix. First of all, we have this polluted water system that I made with these liquid reservoirs. But as you can see, the reservoirs are full, which is of course a shame. It's a waste of polluted water. So I want to make a way for the polluted water to come further over or go into an other storage. So I'm going to make this here, and then disconnect that, and then we're going to make couple of pipes like this, bring this one over, and then go down here, and then liquid bridge into here. And I actually want to make sure that this is done fairly quickly. I want this to be done as one of the first things, actually, because I don't want to lose too much of the water. Secondary, I can also make a shortcut here already. This bypass will actually make sure that all these reservoirs will be emptied out over time, and this will make sure that I can remove these. I don't need them anymore. The next thing I want to do is send Niels back into space, and we still have a rocket here with this orbital data collection lab, and that is actually what I want to use here. Let's give him a little bit of berry sludge. The 30 kilograms should be enough. And then we're also gonna add some algae. Let's make that 1500 kilograms. That should be more than enough. And then we can also add in some plastics, which are under manufacturing materials. I'm going to ship about 6 tons. That should be plenty, because this takes 5 each. Yeah, that is more than enough. We need... yeah, that should be good. Should be good. All right, the plastic is in. So what I want to do now is connect this up so this battery can start charging. I want to set this to crew, and the crew should still be Niels. Yes, so set this to crew. I want this to be enabled. Niels is here. Let's take off the suit. How good is this suit? Actually, I cannot say at the moment, but we unequip the suit. We have a suit here, 36%, that's fine. But now we can change the location. We're just gonna go there, and then we have to lift off, which we have to do here, and launch. So here you can also see there's heat generated here. It also goes, or tries to go in this ice biome. Of course, this is a lot of coldness here, so it doesn't work that well. But yeah, we want to make use of all that heat that is generated, and that is what I want to do. Important for our rocket program is that we have one specific tile, which we didn't research yet, and that is the window tile. and I'll explain later on why that is. Let's make that, and also I want to start making this program. So let's start with the basics. We have a lot of different rockets. The main thing is that the biggest rocket that you can make is 35 tiles high. If we look from the top of the window, we zoom all the way out, so this is the top we can see. We take 35 tiles, that would mean we get until here. So this should be the spot where we have the top of our rocket platform. So let's actually make that there, just to make that clear. So if we would do this, there's actually something weird with this game. You just saw me measure it out, but it's actually not correct for some reason. So it would mean that it's like this, right? If we have something like this, then that should work out correctly. Let me actually make a couple extra of these already. So we're making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh, and 6. Yeah, I want to have 6 rockets, then I want to have some tiles. But I'm not going to make the tiles just yet. I'm going to make a ladder all the way down. Wow, that's exactly next to it. And then I want to have another rocket platform exactly here, because I want to show you that this actually doesn't work. Because I want to show you that this is actually not accurate. So once again, if we measure from here, we have 35 tiles until the top, so it should be enough. But once this is built, you will see that this actually doesn't work. Do I want to have this ladder so far away? I think I want to have it more like here. Okay, all the pipes are in, so now we can see this polluted water coming through. And you can see that this pump is working again. So we're not wasting any liquids here, and this is emitting polluted water again, so perfect. While we're setting this up, we can already say for this rocket platform we can remove it. So we're going to remove the liquid pipes here, we're going to remove the gas pipes. We have power? We don't. So we can also deconstruct this rocket platform. That means we can, oh wait, also the ladders of course. And that means we can add another solar panel here, which will help us generate a little bit extra power. So here you can see this rocket platform is done, and it says low clearance 33 tiles. And yeah, as I said, it's actually 35, but the game is weird, so the first 2 don't count for some reason, which means that we have to set all of these 2 tiles down. This is going to be the level at which we build these. Let's lower this ladder also, and then we're going to make a couple of insulated tiles here, not out of ceramic, but out of igneous rock. This is going to be the base for a couple of loaders that we're gonna build here in the future. But yeah, we need this as well. And then we can also start setting up our heat deletion device. So we need a steam turbine. We can set that up. Let's do it like this. Yeah, I think this is going to work out nicely. I want to have these tiles will go down. And I think I can already do that. Then we have the steam turbine here. No, here. I want to have a liquid reservoir here at some point, but not yet, because we need to have a bottle emptier first here. Of course, we need to have some tiles underneath as well. I guess igneous. Let's make it out of ceramic, the tiles underneath here. Let's make it a bit fancy. So those will be ceramic. Actually, this one I'm not gonna build yet. And we're gonna have some power wires, heavy watt conductive wire right there. Then we have a heavy watt conductive wire like this. We're gonna have petroleum in the top here, but in order to do that, we need to have some drywall. Let's make that out of sandstone all the way through here. And then at the bottom here, we will have our steam room, which will be used to delete the heat from the rockets. So in order to do that, we also need, of course, drywall here. We're going to make some more igneous rock tiles like this. I guess this is enough, right? I'm just gonna make it one further. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, like this, and then we can make this heavy watt conductive plate also here. Then I want to have more wire, go down, and gold we also have more than enough, of course. Okay, so we have our steam room here with a small lip. We can't put water in here once this drywall is done. We can get in here and can get through here. We will have some metal tiles on this side. I will make that out of aluminum. So we now have on both sides a lip, so we can put water in here once this is all built. So we can start with utilities, a thermal echo tuner out of steel, of course. We're gonna put that underneath the steam turbine. Then we need a liquid pipe thermosensor right there. Some automation wire to connect this up. We of course need some heavy watt conductive wire for our echo tuner. Let's not forget the liquid vent. I've forgotten that in the past. So I'm gonna make a pipe up here. And then we're gonna jump here and then like this. Then we need some cooling for the steam turbine and maybe more, but let's start with this. Then insulated pipes are going to go up. That's the end of the storage, and then we go back down and we go through here and then like this, I guess. And then we have our bypass like that. I'm gonna make a liquid storage here actually because maybe I want to cool this here as well, and if we have this storage, that is of course a lot easier to do. Actually, if we think about it, oh no, I have to pipe it like this. Oh, we shouldn't forget one bridge here. What I could do is, yeah, I'm gonna lead this like so and then over. And then in the future we can go up here and then down here again. One last thing we need here is a thermosensor, which I'm going to put here along with some automation wire. I can just make that out of gold. And that's going to go through here. And that is going to automate the connection device, the door, basically, connecting this side with the side that has all the heat. And I actually can already put in the door. So let's make that out of gold amalgam. I don't think, at what temperature does this melt? 1000? I don't think we're gonna reach 1000 degrees at this spot. So that should be more than enough. So I can build all of this, I can walk through, so that is all good. Let's let the dupes work on this a bit, and then I'll be back. Our window tiles are researched, and what I want to do with this is actually make our heat absorption block. You might think, wait, window tiles? Glass will melt again, right? Well, glass actually doesn't melt that quickly, but I'm actually going to make this out of diamond. And we have quite a bit of it, all came from Grossini. And we're gonna use that to make a huge block here. And the nice thing is that these window tiles only use 100 kilograms of diamond per block. Walking up and down for a couple of 100-kilogram tiles is of course not very efficient. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a storage bin, a temporary one. Yeah, let's just make it here. And then I'm going to fill this all the way up with diamonds. Alright, the bin is now full, so that means we can deselect this again. We can drop 20 tons of diamond, a lot, on the floor there, and then we can start mapping out this block, as I said. And I want to, as I said, the heat is coming from 3x9 tiles below the rocket, so it's actually also inside the rocket platform, but that doesn't heat up. So we need to have 3x7 below it. Let's rebuild this again. 3x7 below it, and we have to start small, of course, because we cannot build everything at the same time. So I'm going to make the 3 underneath the rocket platform, that I can do that from the top as soon as they actually build the stuff. And then from the bottom we want to connect this. So I want to have this here, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, perfect. So we're gonna make a spine all the way like this, and I guess we can also do all the way like that. That will be a nice start actually for them to work on. In the meantime, we also have this all done. We have the drywall done, so we can actually put in some water here. So that's what we're also going to do. Enable auto bottle, and we're going to put a couple of bottles in here. So I think that's 2 bottles, and we already have 50 kilograms per tile, about 57. So once this goes up in steam, we have 28 kilograms per tile of steam. That is actually more than enough, I think, for this. So we're gonna disable this again, then we're gonna make another tile here, and then we're gonna drop a little bit of petroleum. Luckily, we have a little bit of petroleum here, so we're just gonna use that. So this tile is now also built, so we're gonna set this to sweep only petroleum, and then we're gonna pick this up. This is a couple grams, this is almost 2 kilograms. Yeah, I think we can do all of this here. And then this is also nicely cleaned up, so I don't mind that at all. Okay, that is perfect. So now we can deconstruct this thing, and then we can make our liquid storage. And then of course we also need to make sure that we get polluted water up here. We have a pipe that is coming up here, but of course it's not directly connected. So we need to make something over here, and then to jump into this one. And then I also have to cut this line, I guess, because I don't want the liquid to exit the pipe. And of course we need to get it from over here as well. So we're gonna make a pipe to there. It's gonna be the connection where the water will come from. We still have some water in here, that should be more than enough. And I can just connect this up. So the liquid storage, liquid reservoir can be built there. Alright, while we're building this block, because that's going to take a while, we're going to do some extra work. We're going to move the kitchen that we have here. We have an electric grill here, which is moving stuff into this old food storage, which is a bit of a waste. So I want to remove that. So I really want to remove that. Let's remove all of the shipping here, all of this. This can go. And let's leave this for now. Power can also go like this. This can go, this can go, and this here I want to not use anymore. So let's leave it here as a 1, but we're gonna make a new one down here. And we have our mini kitchen here for the berry sludge, of course. I want to make a gas range maybe up here. Let me think. Or do I want to have the electric stove here? Maybe that's easier. So if we do that, we set the on the foot, the electric grill there, then we need some power, of course, and that means we can easily get our stuff cooked here. What I want to do is move this one over a bit, conductive rail, conveyor rail, like this. And then we can deconstruct this one and also the power cables and also the rail to make some more room for painting or something. I want to make this pretty, of course. Let's add some utilities. No, furniture. We can add the blank canvases. Out of copper ore is okay. There and there. And we can maybe squeeze one in here if we remove this ladder. I'm gonna leave it here because we want to make those things there, but maybe, let me think, because we can also make some flower pots or arrow pots. We can make some crown molding. Let's do that actually. So we can make another painting here, a big one, and some crown molding like that. I think that's as far as we can go. As we can make a little bit more crown molding here or something, or maybe a corner even, or a plant pot. Well, let's make an arrow pot here. Out of diamonds. That's nice. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna have an electric grill here. So also the things that we need to cook there need to come in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another conveyor loader. I think I'm gonna set it up here. so it's relatively easily accessible. But this is temporary, of course. We're gonna make something better in the future. Then we're gonna make a conveyor rail which will go up to here. So this is where we will be putting in our meat, our cooked fish, our raw eggs, things like that, which need to be cooked in the electric grill. It's going to go into this line, which of course, as you know, end up in this super cold storage. And from there we can put it in the electric grill automatically with the same auto sweeper. So that's really nice. And then when it's cooked, we can get it with barbecue, cooked seafoods, and omelets. We can send over to our main storage. So this is going to be the upgrades. We're going to move that there, and this also needs power. We can also hijack that from here, like so. Okay, all the rocket platforms are in, and we're gonna just give them names. Rocket 1, and then continue like that. One thing to notice, if you press enter here, for some reason it disables the building. I don't know why that is, but so don't press enter, just go to the next one. You don't need to press enter to set the name. It feels very counterintuitive, but yeah, I don't know what is going on here. And 6. So these are the platforms where we're gonna have our rockets landing. And you can see we're making some progress. We have the floor already down. We're gonna have a 2 wide spine, and from there we can build all of the other parts actually. Alright, let's cut this off so the water will flow upwards instead of downwards. And we need to pay attention that we don't put too much in there, although it will just flow down again, right? Yeah, it doesn't even matter because it will not flow through. And if we have enough, basically if we filled up this whole, I don't need to fill it up completely, right? I think this is already enough. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this off. 3, 2, 1 here. And then this can go, the rest can continue downwards. This is more than enough. Okay, this is now also free in the meantime, so we can put in one landscape canvas right there. And then we have everything nicely set up. And here we can do our omelets, our barbecue, and pacu fillet. Alright, it's gonna generate a little bit more heat here, but I need to see if I need to cool more. I guess what we could do is add more pipes, something like this. I mean, I could just make all of this. That should be okay. And then connect this up. And then we have just a little bit bigger loop. That should be more than enough. Okay, this one is also set up now. So here we're gonna put our meat, pacu fillet, and our let me see, it's under cooking ingredient, our raw eggs, and then this also, and then we say allow manual use as a relatively high priority. So I want this to be always put in here. They cannot reach this, and this will be the main storage if we cannot cook it yet. So this should be okay. And then what I can do as well is start loading this up with all the edibles. Yeah, once we're done saving, and then this one also, we fill it up completely. Then we remove everything again, and this all we store again in our food storage. So now we should move this all over as quickly as possible, of course. Alright, these are the last 2 tiles of our diamond block. And you can see we invested, how much was it? 14 tons of diamonds in there. So let's close this off. We need 1 tile there and an aluminum block. And then we need to sweep all of this up again. This needs to go. And then we can close the steam room off. And I think at that point we can say that we're ready. Alright, let's close this off. We'll make an igneous tile here and there. And then we're done, right? And then this we can set, I want this to be a green signal. Green is open if the room temperature is above So don't inject more heat if the room temperature is above 190, something like that. So until this is 190 degrees, the steam room, we will be getting more and more heat from here. Of course, this is still all very cold, so it's not gonna give much heat yet, but that's gonna change once we land rocket. Let's see how Nails is doing actually. Nails is making our databanks. She made 5, almost 6 stacks. Very nice. And we're gonna bring her back. So Nails, let's put on your Atmos suits. There. Nails. Wear it, please. How much? There's only two cycles in space? Wow, that was very short. So what we can do here now is say land here. Then you see this is being built up. And if we go to our temperature overlay, you can see this is the heat that we're dumping into this diamond. Of course, one rocket launch is not going to do a lot, but you can see this already changed color a bit. What we can do now is change this back to space, then say crew and launch again, and then we can land it one more time. Let's go. Okay, that also injects more heat in here. And then if we say land again, there we go. We get that little bit of extra heat in here. And then our carbon dioxide engine is empty. But yeah, that's warmed it up slightly. And you can see the heat is being transferred into here and then into the water. It's not very quick, but it doesn't have to be. So that's going to be our new rocket program. As I said, we're going to have some loaders here as soon as we need them. For now, it's not really that necessary. And oh yeah, I almost forgot. We can add another solar panel here. We can actually also, let me see, because if we, yeah. So this rocket is a little bit different from this one. If you see here, this Spacefarer module is pretty low to the ground. It's only on top of this carbon dioxide engine. And it's only actually 2 tiles above, and a duplicant can jump down 2 blocks. If we send this one to here, then our duplicant will not be able to get down. We actually need a couple of ladders in order to achieve that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high. So if I make that, should be here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if we send this into space and let it land here, then our duplicant can actually get out. Alright, the ladders are almost in. Let's send off this one as well. Let's bring it to space. Alright, Nails. Is it Nails? It's still Nails. Let's go into space. How is this interior? It's all grounded. That is okay, I guess. We don't have any food, but we're not gonna stay in here very long. Should be okay. Okay, Nails is in here. I didn't even see it. But that means we can make Nails land here. And then we get more heat here. Let's go. And all the carbon dioxide that we're losing is of course just vented into space. So that's fine. We have still 4 tiles, so we can do this 2 more times. And then we can land 1 more time. This is of course cooling down very quickly because everything here needs to get up to temperature. And this water is still very much below temperature. But it is what it is. I think this rocket actually can be dismantled. Which means that I need to empty out all of these pipes. And then empty all of this out. So yeah, let's start deconstructing this a bit. But yeah, I'm going to do that probably offline. This rocket can be disbanded because I don't need it anymore. Our rocket program is done. The diamond tiles are being preheated slightly. Of course, we're not nearly close to steam yet. But once we have some bigger and better rockets here, we will get to heating this up. And of course, this will not lose any temperature because it's all connected to vacuum. Actually, there's some carbon dioxide here, but it's so little that it doesn't really matter. The rest is all vacuum, so we're not losing any temperature. That was it for the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and see you in the next one.